female Liberal Party boss issues pre-election warning about internal conflicts. Diversity by political reporter Jane Norm. An updated June 15, 2018 1954 and 17 seconds photo. Liberal Party Federal Director Nick Greiner has issued a rallying cry to Libera L supporters. ABC News. Related story. Why are you smiling? Asks PM after another news poll loss. Related story. The Liberals have a gender problem, but when women bring it up, there's a collective eye roll. Related story. Time for Libera L.S. to take female representation seriously. Greiner says MAP Australia. The Liberal Party has been warned to put aside IT's lazy and self-indulgent internal conflicts and start fighting for the soul of the nation. The party's federal director Nick Greiner has laid out the challenges facing the government in stark terms, including its lack of diversity and campaign firepower, while issuing a rallying cry to Liberal supporters as it gears up for a federal election in less than 12 months' time. Addressing the party's annual general meeting, Mr. Greiner said the next election would be a rational conflict about the values and hopes for the future, and the Liberals needed to remind voters of the clear divide between the two major parties. If any politician says he's got a magic pudding that you can have your cake and eat it too, Australians shouldn't believe them, he said. If a politician has a proven track record of lying, in fact pathological lying, Australians won't believe him, as it's pigs may fly sort of stuff. Too few women. QI rolls. The Liberals have a gender problem. The thinly veiled reference to the opposition leader suggests the coalition still sees Bill S. Horton as its best line of attack. But when women bring it up, there's a collective eye roll. While opinion polls have consistently suggested Malcolm Turnbull is the preferred prime minister, the coalition has not been able to translate head into an election-winning lead for almost 2 years. Mr. Greiner acknowledged it would be challenging to win a third term and implored the party to unite behind Mr. Turnbull. We have occasionally been a bit lazy and self-indulgent when we give our own internal tiffs and arguments priority over the well-being of the party, he said. I hear people say we have to fight for the souls of our party. Well, I've got news for you. We have to fight for the soul of the nation. This is not some philosophical gunfight, but as it prepares to fight 3 federal by-elections followed by a general election. Mr. Greiner conceded the party was well behind its opponents when it came to financial support. He also gave a candid assessment of the Liberals' woman problem, conceding the party was not doing well enough when it came to diversity. The coalition's women problem. The dumping of Jane Prentice highlights how the coalition appears deaf to the political aspirations of women. Marion Sawyer writes, we are always aware of merit, but merit means having the better parliamentary team. This is not some philosophical bun fight, he told the conference. It is very hard to have the better parliamentary team if our team doesn't reflect the community it hopes to serve. The dearth of women in Liberal Party ranks is a sensitive issue. One of the party's few women, Jane Prentice, was recently dumped from pres-election in her Queensland say. And the Prime Minister has been forced to intervene to shore up support for Anne Sudmillis in New South Wales. Ms. Sudmillis is facing a challenge from local real estate agent Grant Schultz, but the ABC understands she has the numbers to secure pres-election. Video fact check. Is the level of Liberal women in Parliament lower now than it was in 1996? ABC News. Beyond the set-piece speeches, the Federal Council also gives some insight into the issues occupying the minds of Liberal Party members in each state. This afternoon, the Council agreed to a motion put forward by the West Australian Divis Ion calling on the government to give South African minorities asylum. While non-binding, the motion will likely be seized upon by coalition MPs who have been lobbying the government to bring persecuted white South African farmers to Australia. More than 20 motions are up for debate at the conference, including calls to privatize the ABC, relocate Australia's embassy in Israel to Jerusalem, and abstain from military intervention in Syria. Unlike the Labour conference held every 3 years, these debates have no direct impact on the Liberal Party's policies. Topics: Government and politics. Federal government. Liberals. Elections. Bill Shorten, Turnbull Malcolm. Australia first posted June 15, 2018, 18:38 and 6 seconds. Co. NTACT Jane Norman.